Hi, I'm Rob Boyd, an English photographer from the UK. I decided to create this podcast series talking to international photographers whose work I truly love. I realised I knew nothing about these amazing people apart from their names and their stunning work. So I created a set of hopefully entertaining questions that finds out who they are and what they love. Hi Gino, nice to see you. So glad you're here.
Also nice to be here. Thank you for having me. And let's go.
Yeah, perfect. So if you can start with your name and your Instagram name, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. So my name is Gino. On Instagram, I go by fleeting_picture.
And have you got a website?
Yeah. Who doesn't these days? Or a lot of people. Some people don't, but I have one. It's www.fleeting.pictures.
Good. Yeah, that flows all right. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little pun because I had like _pictures, and then a friend said, "Hey, you can buy like the .pictures domain. Do that." And I was like, "Okay, let's go, let's go and try that."
It definitely sounds professional, doesn't it? 100%.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, cool. That definitely does to me. So where do you live?
I live near Rotterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah, nice place, and there's a lot of you there as well. You know, there's a fair few, photographers.
Yeah, it's just not Rotterdam. It's like kind of like you also have like The Hague and like some other cities, of course, in the Netherlands. That's pretty close to Rotterdam, but there's like quite a lot of street photographers indeed.
Yeah, popular place.
We are everywhere now. Sometimes a bit annoying because then you go to the city and then it's like, oh, hey, you're here. And then you just want to walk sometimes, alone. But, it's always fun to meet people. And also when you befriend them, then that's even better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, brilliant. So where are you from originally?
I was born here in the Netherlands. So I was born in Breda. My parents are from the Caribbean. Like I said, I was born here. I also lived in the Caribbean for a while, but the majority of my life I've been in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and did you get many holidays? Did you get anything out of it, visiting relatives and stuff?
Yeah, sometimes. Kind of. That's the thing, right? Because I live there, and the island, it's like an island, so it's not like really big. It's not like the Netherlands that it takes you like 2 hours to get across land or something. At the Caribbean, like within 2 hours, or I think within an hour, you're just at the end of the island, and you can just drive back. So yeah, but I do visit on occasion.
So it's when it's your own home and you're used to it. It's not got the same sparkle as if we're thinking, oh, Caribbean, let's go somewhere.
Yeah, indeed. But it's definitely for me, it's definitely different. But also, it feels like more when I like see family. It kind of feels more like home. I mean, I think it's home for me is more where the people are and not necessarily like a country. So when I see my nan and other friends or mostly family there, I'm like, oh yeah, I've come home. And then when I come to the Netherlands, I see like my in-laws, my dad, other family, then I also feel as much as home here.
And it's amazing when you pick up, when you see your family, I haven't seen them for ages, and then you start exactly where you left off. Yeah. It's bonkers.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. It's kind of like the magic of being like the bond and being a human being, it's kind of like you're pressing on a pause button. And then, when you go back, maybe it's like 5 years, 5 years later, and then you just press continue, and it's just, of course you change in 5 years, they change. It kind of feels like the same, like you've never left. You just get older, bolder,
Yeah. Well, I'm there with you. Brilliant. So if I visited you, where would you take me to shoot?
Oh man, I thought about this. I thought like, oh yeah, maybe I'm going to take you to Rotterdam or something. But I think I will just take you to a place where I don't go, despite living in the Netherlands. I don't go as often. That's Amsterdam. And probably you've been to Amsterdam, I think, or never.
No, no, I'm actually thinking for the first time in the spring to come over and see you a lot because there's so many of. So yeah, and I think it'd be Rotterdam is the main place to start. But obviously, but you have to see Amsterdam as well. So
Ah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's just different. I mean, Rotterdam is more like the architecture, more modern, a bit hip. Yeah, but Amsterdam is also a bit hip, but it's more like old buildings and that kind of stuff. But definitely, both places are incredible to shoot. I mean, you can't go wrong.
yeah, brilliant. And that was going to be my next question: is there anything for tourists? But I guess you've listed a few.
Yeah, I mean, Amsterdam is quite a simple answer to be honest, because if you've never been in the Netherlands, I mean, there's like so much stuff to see. It's the Rotterdam the same, even if you go to The Hague or something, that's also because it's new for you. You're going to look at the city different, but I think in Amsterdam and Rotterdam there's like more variety than any of the smaller cities in the Netherlands. But still, either city you go, you will have fun.
Maybe I should book a week, not just a long weekend.
Yeah, then we can definitely go to Rotterdam, and after that go to Amsterdam, and also show you like some other cities if you're up to. But it's if you can for a week, great. If it's a long weekend, no problem.
So, where's your favorite destination in the world?
Mm. And I was just asking my girlfriend about it. Because I was like reading the question to her, and I was like, if the way and I read it is like I've already seen like a lot of the world, which isn't the case. So I was like, yeah, I want to say like New York. New York feels like such a easy answer. Like, hey, people, come on, let's go to New York. So I think I would just pick a place that I haven't been yet. To be honest, like Japan or Tokyo kind of also feels like the same, but maybe somewhere more rural in the United States, for example.
And where have you been? Somewhere you've been as well. Where do you really love to go?
I think, yeah, I did like a road trip in the States. I mean, that was quite amazing. I wasn't into photography yet. I was into videography first. Did a road trip there and made like a lot of videos and stuff. Yeah, that's still like one of I think my top three. It's either like Indonesia or the United States. That's just, yeah, Indonesia, because it was like super chill. You can just walk around and nothing would happen. I mean, you're with a camera, people won't act crazy. And then United States, kind of exactly the same thing, because there's so many people. Everybody has a cell phone, everybody has a camera. You just blend in and just do your thing, and people will be like, yeah, whatever, just do you.
Yeah, excellent. No, that's brilliant. I love that. So, weird question time. If you could time travel, where and when would you visit?
Yeah, so we were just talking about the Caribbean. I think I would go back to I think it was 30th of May 1969, if I'm correct.
That's a while back.
Yeah, that's very specific. No, no, no. But I would go back there purely for photography reasons, documentary reasons, because I can go say, let's go back to when Jesus was alive, and see, was he real? We can we can get that off the table and don't have to worry about that. But I think I would go to that specific date because at the Caribbean, the island's name is Curacao. And I don't know if you know the history of Curacao and the Netherlands, but it's kind of like the British. You guys had like with Australia and some other countries that were part of the Commonwealth, and it was kind of the same with the Caribbean. That was like a part of the Netherlands, and that specific date was when a huge riot broke out because it first started like as people were going to how do you say have like
Like a revolution?
yeah, kind of like a revolution, but more about people were not being paid enough, because it was also in the 70s. So the company Shell laid off a lot of people, and then subcontractors rehired the people, but for lower pay. The working conditions weren't that okay, so people just wanted to, go out and demonstrate, hey, this is not all right. That time it was also, the black people, they weren't feeling like they were being supported by the government, and it was their island, but foreigners were kind of took over the land, like white people that were saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. We are living in the nicer homes and you can't. And if you want to come to us, then you need like a security guard or a white person need to be with you. So that was really, I think like really interesting, because my parents also went through that period that you can't speak your own language.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy.
So then, yeah, the riot came, and the kind of like the capital, the people, they just burn it down. And there's like really little documentary about it. Like photography, there are some, but it's not as much as, something like that would have happened like in Europe or in the United States or somewhere else. So yeah, that's why that specific date.
Yeah. No, it's great. So imagine documenting that. That'd be incredible.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, just interesting to just yes, yeah, see that. I mean, of course, it's not two people, I think, that died during that riot. Nobody wants that to happen, but I think it's like very interesting to be able to see that and how that accumulated and why it accumulated, and just get both sides of the story.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Yeah, that's a really interesting, answer. I love that. So, if you could photograph anyone in history, who would you shoot?
Yeah, I think for that one, I'm just going to keep it close to home, and I would just go back in time and photograph my parents.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way because it's personal.
I think, there's a lot of people, like I heard like the other podcast, and, the Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, I think Sachs talked about. I mean, there's like a lot of people you can just photograph, but I think for me, just keeping it closer to home would just make it like extra special.
Yeah, and to see your parents as younger as well, that'd be quite interesting. And to go back to see, absolutely.
That's a bonus.
Yeah, 100%. So, tell me a fun fact or a story about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a like a huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
yeah, yeah. From a black guy who grew up in the Netherlands. His parents is from the Caribbean. Yeah.
I was going to say the Dragon Ball Z thing. I mean, what do you kind of? Is it the watching? Is it the collecting? Is it the?
No. It for me, it started like purely watching when I was a teenager. It just came on TV like in the 90s, and everywhere in the world it just blew up. And every day at, I think it was like 5:30 or 6:30, there's going to be like a new episode of Dragon Ball Z. And then you run home with your friends, and then everybody was just glued to the TV and just watching Dragon Ball Z. It was like, I think like one of the best things. And also because I think of Dragon Ball Z, it got me into the arts, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's good because I mean, there's a lot of skill involved in the animation of that as well. Excellent. Yeah, and did you carry on with the characters and stuff? Did you?
Yeah, indeed. And because of that, you're saying animation. I went to art school and I studied animation. I did like study 2D animation at the art school, and then also a bit of 3D, creating like your own stories, designing the characters and stuff. And later, I think I worked like 10 years in the advertising industry. So yeah, and yeah, now doing photography. So it's kind of like it started with Dragon Ball Z till where I'm at now.
Brilliant. No, that's amazing. I didn't expect that in the slightest. So another weird question. What's your favorite word? I know it's a weird one.
Yeah. Also, that one I was talking that like before the podcast, I also asked my girlfriend like, do I have like a favorite word or a word that I constantly use? And she was like, no, I don't think so. So I was also thinking about it, and I think maybe a word, and it's also photography related. It's a kiekje in the Netherlands. Kiekje, but that's like the equivalent of snapshot.
Oh, okay, that's cool. See, another one
Yeah,
I'm learning. That's great. Kikia.
yeah, kiekje. Yeah,
Kikia. Excellent.
yeah. Yeah, I'll send you like an Instagram text so you can see how it's spelled. It's quite funny.
Yeah, go. Brilliant. And also, because it's an international podcast, teach me a new word or a saying I may not know.
Like you said, it's an international podcast. So like the way to say hello when you go to the Caribbean, it's contabai.
Contubai.
Yeah, contabai.
Contubai. Oh wow. Again, I never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Contubai. I wonder where that came from.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Caribbean. They speak like Spanish and Creole, and it's kind of like
Right, yeah.
mixed with each other.
Amazing. Yeah, Contubai. There you go. I'm learning something all the time.
Yeah, there you go. You can just go to the Caribbean and say, walk out the plane, come to buy. Yeah, I'm here.
Contubai. And then that's it. I don't know anything else. Sorry. But yeah, say hello.
Yeah, just keeping it simple. Yeah, just keeping it simple.
So, when did photography click for you? Obviously, excuse the pun, but when did you know you could take a good shot?
Yeah, I mean, when it when it clicked, I mean, it took a while before it clicked because first before picking up photography, like I was more into videography. So it's literally like when we go abroad to any of the countries, I would just take a camera and just film everything to the annoyance of my girlfriend. Because I traveled, we traveled like once or twice a year. So at a certain point, you were like, I need to do something else with the camera because it was like a pretty expensive equipment that you bought. And I thought it was like a shame to just keep it in a closet and use it 2 times a year just to film your trips. And I think that was when we went to South Africa that I took like, I took like a lot of videos, but also a lot of photos. And then in, I think January 2020, I went to London for a company visit. And then I just really enjoyed like taking pictures. And I think from that point, I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it.
Learning, always a learning curve when you first try.
I mean, click. Well, I think my girlfriend or people would call it more like the obsession began. Of the obsession began.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it is funny as well. I mean, South Africa must have been amazing. I would have thought it was incredible, but it's not exactly that urban, I guess.
No, definitely not. It's more, more nature, a lot of nature, but super green, but also like, you have to see it to believe certain stuff yourself. It's it's super amazing trip. Amazing trip.
Yeah. And the things, when you do start coming into towns and cities and stuff, London's got a lot of reds, Berlin's got a lot of yellows, all these cities have different colors. It's amazing. It's how you have the different colors in each city that they use.
Yeah, in South Africa, there was also the same case, different colors. Also, like the people were different. Like some people, because my girlfriend is like, is white. So we're like an interracial couple. So in some cities, the people are like, oh, yeah, an interracial couple, who cares? In other cities, people will just look at you like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's another, again, that's crazy because you're talking the 21st century.
Yeah. And the apartheid was 20 years ago, but still, if you go,
They were the same issue.
yeah, if you go way back into the, where there's not a lot of people and a lot of tourists coming, for them, it's like time hasn't moved on, at least, that's how I experience it. But overall, despite that, it was a pretty cool journey. If you want to see the big five and stuff, where that you have to go to South Africa.
Yeah, I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So this is a tricky bit. Your favorite 3 photos and why you like them. Never an easy one.
I think also this one I'm going to keep it close to home. Like the favorite images I think that I had taken as like from my dad and from my sister, just because sentimental values. We're all getting older. My dad's also getting older. I mean, I just bought like a Rolleiflex. No, Rolleicord. No, Rolleicord. Sorry, not the cheaper one. Yeah. And I took like some pictures of family and friends with that, and those pictures are like so dearly to me. But not to cop out on your question.
No, it's your favorite 3. I mean, that's the thing. It's what you find your favorites.
Yeah, no, true. But yeah, and those are like definitely the favorite images for me. Then with sentimental value, I mean, somebody else will look at it and be like, "Yeah, it's just a portrait, dude." But yeah, I think the more recent photos that I've been taking, like the last year, I haven't shown like that much on Instagram and stuff. It's like where people have to look twice, like that you really have to look and see like, huh, how did he take that? How did he do that? And that people think that often it's like a double exposure or that's like photoshopped, but it's all done like one click in camera. So I really enjoy taking those kind of images. Just this because it's like different. There's no time, there's no place. I mean, it could have been taken anywhere in the world. And yeah, it's just something I think that I will be doing, keep doing the rest of my life, trying to find those images.
No, absolutely. And I think the thing is with the in-camera thing, when you do it yourself and you know that you've got that by being clever, as in setting the shot up, looking for everything, and not just adding in effects and stuff. It's so much more satisfying.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I went to art school, so you just open Photoshop and do some of those stuff. But because street photography is so unscripted, I would never think about, hey, let's do that. Let's do a shot like that. That would never come up in my mind, at least, to let's do that. And sometimes just luck and persistence, perseverance. Yeah, trying it out and just, wait for 6 months or try 6 months, sometimes a week, and just try to get a shot. That's, yeah.
So yeah, brilliant. Okay, so what advice would you give a new photographer?
I think enjoy the beginning, enjoy the progress, because I think like a lot of people will just, they see street photography and then they hear about the masters, and a year later, everybody wants to be like Bresson or whoever it is, or Salgado, whoever it is you admire. But just enjoy the early days. I mean, that's really, really important, at least for me. That when I look back, that you're like, you're just constantly sprinting, but just slow down and enjoy the process.
Because the thing is, without progress, if you're just leaping, and it becomes too easy, then you're not going to be happy with the results.
Yeah, definitely. And I would also say, try everything. Don't go on Instagram and just look at the light and shadow stuff, but try maybe to go out, start without Instagram. I mean, that may sound a bit crazy, but then you're not getting influenced and getting pulled into the void of, hey, because the light and shadow stuff gets a lot of likes, and then you go and do that, but don't do it for yourself.
Yeah. No, good advice. And the thing is that the reason I love your work is because it's varied. You know, we were saying earlier, we were talking earlier beforehand about the way you get low. So you get low down on the shots. It's completely, well, it's not unique. Lots of people do it, but it's rare. You don't get so many people actually getting down low and then thinking about the leading lines when you're down on the floor or somewhere low. But also it's the textures, it's the colors, it's the reflections. It's you have a go at everything because you obviously enjoy or love photography, and it comes through in your work. It just shows straight away. And I think when people see your work coming through now, you know, being over the top of when we're talking, they get it as well because it's great.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you very much.
No, not at all. Absolutely love it. So yeah, no, what you got going on next? What's your photography goals, or what have you got set going forward?
Yeah, goals. I think the goal for me is to just keep out and just keep shooting. You know, just keep.
And that's that's a tricky thing on its own because of finding time and the right locations or whatever, you know.
Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah, I talked to like a Dutch street photographer with like lots of more experience than me, and then he was giving like a talk in a museum, and I was like, yeah, I want to go and I want to be exhibited and be in a museum. And he was like, dude, just chill out and enjoy the process.
But you need those goals, you need those aspirations, because if that's something you want to do, if there's something you want to do, you've got to do it. You know, you can't just, the reason I started this podcast is because I saw so many people that were just, they're not being heard, they're not being seen. It's, I want to talk to them. I want to find out what's
Yeah,
what.
definitely.
So,
Yeah.
you've just got to go, right, I'm going to do it. You just can't say maybe. So yeah.
But I hope to like get a book. I'm also working like to get back to your question, like a goal. Like I'm working like as I kind of always hate to say it, but since a couple of years, like as a professional photographer, slash videographer for a company. So I'm busy with their book now. So and I also hope like in the future that I can also like show the work that I've been making, like it's more documentary. So I hope to, because their work, it's not being shown on Instagram anywhere online.
Yeah, and also in a book, obviously, instead of being on a tiny little screen, you get to see everything in one place in a larger format, in an old-fashioned format, such as a book. We're on the right paper and the right colors and everything else.
So I hope to finish that. I think like within the coming 2 weeks that the book will be finished. Yeah, that will be like really cool. And also when I can show the work to the rest of the world. So yeah, just fingers crossed, and
Brilliant. No, excellent. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad we actually made this work. I mean, it took a little while. We had a couple of bumps along the way, but yeah. Technology is always a pain in the backside for me. So thanks for being patient.
Hey, thanks, Rob, and also thank you for your time and the questions. Yeah, komt erbij, hè? When you go to the Caribbean, komt erbij.
Absolutely brilliant. All right. Well, you take care, and I really appreciate you being here.
Hey, thanks, Rob.